nowadays. So I don't know who's got the best thing. For Sky not to want to renew it is a worry for me, quite frankly, because Sky have had such a big relationship with them since, well, 92, I mean, just forever. For them to suddenly just be like, we're not that interested, tells me that the ratings ain't great, if they're just willing to give them up, because apparently they're actually interested in getting the UFC on Sky Sports. So that's a concern for me there, Matt. Say that much, just in WWE stance. But
that's surprising. I was just about to add the point that, currently, BT have a sort of relationship with the UFC, so maybe they were hoping to sort of go down an alternative sports route. But if UFC do go to Sky Sports, that really does throw a spanner in that works.
It does. Vince will want to start his own MMA thing up then, won't he? That'll be the next thing. So interesting times ahead. Okay, what else have we got coming up on the YouTube channel? We have got, from Matt's request, actually, he said this in one of his interviews, the Magnificent 7 is back, and we're going to be docking up our top 7 heels of all times. It can be from any times. Myself and Matt are going to be putting a list together, and that is going to be available next Monday. You heard it here, straight out on our YouTube channel. Check that out. If you've been into the Magnificent 7 on the podcast, check it out on our YouTube channel. Support us on that. And top heels. Let us know comments on them. Give us your lists as well. Be interested to see. That comes out next Monday. Looking forward to that. Also, want to give a shout out to, we're not there tonight, myself and Matt, we've been separated for the night. I'm away at the moment. Matt's back where he normally is at home, but so we're not in our, of course, fabulous new venue where we've been given the great permissions to use, which is, of course, at Neon Nights Arcades, which is just a fantastic place. Good retro gaming. If you're into retro gaming and if you're from around our parts in Essex and you're into that, for that matter, if you're just a retro gamer in the UK and you want to get somewhere and get a high score on something, then Neon Nights is your place to come. Anyone that's seen some of the pictures and videos, myself and Matt in there, will know just how cool it is. Just a whole array of stuff like Outrun, Donkey Kong, all the original stuff in there. Matt, what was you playing the other day? Playing it for a while.
Well, you got to go for a bit of Pac-Man.
Oh yeah, Pac-Man.
I mean, of course, they had Pac-Man. They had Miss Pac-Man as well. So, if you really want to go there and dominate the scoreboards, they're ready for it.
Yeah. So everything, and of course, if you're a wrestling fan, WrestleFest. I think Matt's had enough of that in his time.
Oh yeah, played that game forwards, backwards, upside down. All over every character.
He is the expert. He is the mastermind of that game, no doubt about it. But yeah, check Neon Nights. Go out on and have a look. And it's neonnights.co.uk as well to check out their website. And you'll see all the high scores go on there. But if you want to stake your claim, if you are a true gamer that likes hitting the scores up at all various venues, then you've got another destination to travel to here. So, yeah. Okay, next WWE pay-per-view. We had to check this out off air before we come on, because I completely forgot about it. But Night of Champions, the 15th of September. Could be a long one, but Night of Champions just makes me think that they do this all wrong. Like, shouldn't it be champion versus champion? But it's not. It's just champions, and then they're tweaking it a little bit, but still, I don't know.
You're being old-fashioned, dude. Yeah. It's now Clash of Champions.
Oh, Clash of Champions. Oh, God. I am. Now, that makes it worse. That really does mean what I just said. Clash of Champions should definitely mean Clash of Champions, shouldn't it? Of the actual belt holders, not Challenger versus Champions. I'm hoping this isn't going to take 8 hours to get through, because there's an awful lot of titles in WWE now. I'm hoping it's not going to be a long one.
It's the first time in quite a while, though, that it falls on a date when I'm away, so this is going to be a problem now. I'm going to have to figure out my viewing arrangements for this one.
Yeah, well, because Matt selfishly is going on holiday to Florida, where
Yeah, and on a cruise, I mean, there's no internet. Well, there is. I have to pay extra for it though, so I have to work out now whether I'm going to pay extra and then figure out how I'm going to watch it and all that stuff. It's thrown a load of more arrangements for me to make into this equation.
On a serious note, though, I want to make sure everyone that listens to us, because I know we have a lot of listeners from Florida, like, be safe. The weather at the moment is not looking great. I know that people have all been checking that. There's lots of stuff on the news here that I've been seeing flashing up. So for anybody there, I hope everybody's going to be safe and keep safe. Keep making sure you're listening to the news and the bulletins. And I think you're lucky there, Matt, because I think you just miss all that. Hopefully, fingers crossed for you. Yeah.
But, it's such a great place. I'll be going there regardless. It won't put me off. I definitely want to come and see the place again. I've already visited before, and it's just such a lovely place. I can't wait to go back.
And we're hoping Matt is going to get in Hogan's den down there at the bar. We're hoping to get Matt in there and get a few shots back. So we'll see how he gets on. Okay, Matt, I think it's time for some questions now. And don't forget, if you do want to send us questions, it's very easy to do so now on our new email address, which is simply, and this is all written down, email@wrestleline.co.uk. That's email@wrestleline.co.uk. I've had quite a few of them come in. And I'm going to start with somebody new, a new person writing in here. So it's... let's check it out. Where are we? Yep. Toby from Scunthorpe. Hi, first time writing in to you both. Random questions. We like random questions, don't we, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, they can put you on the spot, but, you get an honest answer that way.
Yeah, and I don't tell...
Not that we wouldn't anyway.
I don't...
It's right off the top of your head.
Yeah,
no filter.
What he's saying is he's never honest. He's just giving that away there. No, the funny thing is, when we get the questions in, I never tell Matt any heads up on these questions. I always throw them out left field here. So, anyways, questions are... These are a little bit random, actually. How good was Ernest the Cat Miller in WCW, and why did he end up in WWE? So, we'll answer that one first. Ernest the Cat Miller, I don't have much recollection of him in WCW, but... I have it on good authority when I looked up Ernest the Cat Miller, because I had to sort of recall what he was doing. He was quite sort of a decent deal in WCW, but what the funny thing was is that he did make it in WWE, Matt, and Vince actually brought him in as the same character, Ernest the Cat Miller, which is unusual because Vince normally wants to repackage everybody. But he must have seen something he liked in it. I get the feeling, Matt, if Ernest the Cat Miller was around, say, 95 to 97, he would have probably had a very decent chance in WWE, because they would have probably loved that sort of character then, with the sort of flash funk and all that lark that was going on.
It's probably the Mark Mero that they wanted.
Yeah, yeah.
But it got over if it was him, first of all.
Any memories of Ernest the Cat Miller?
Yeah, mine are opposite. I mean, I remember more about him in the WCW than I did WWE.
Yeah.
And I didn't really used to watch that much WCW, but he was definitely a very loud character from what I remember of the guy. And yeah, he did seem to have good talent in the ring. So, and he was quite fast and agile. I think he was a dancer, if I recall right.
He was.
He has a lot of dance moves. But he was a bit irritating, if I'm honest.
Yeah, very good on the mic, no doubt about it. Definitely had confidence. It's funny because he, he was not somebody that was just, had all that experience. He was just a really good talker, very confident. Of course, people also remember him in The Wrestler, the film with Mickey Rourke. He played a part in that as well, didn't he, Matt? If you remember, as the antagonist. But yeah, he's someone actually I'm surprised WWE haven't reached out to now and then to have him come in. Do you know what I mean? Like somebody a bit fresh, something nude for a change. But no, they don't really seem to bother with him too much. But yeah, he's a cool guy. For anybody who hasn't seen his stuff, it's worth looking at. He did have a short-lived run in WWE. And then secondly, the steel cage matches were painted blue when I was younger. Was that a WWE thing, or were the first ones always blue? Hang on. Oh, right, so you're asking, well, yeah, those nice big blue ones were not the first ones, but of course, if growing up, that was the sort of iconic cage match, wasn't it, Matt? Those blue ones, I think. Yeah. The most notable one was probably Hogan and Bundy from WrestleMania 2. That match, pretty much, I think that might have been the first time they brought that, but then I could be wrong. I'm sure someone will correct me, but no, the actual steel cage concept was happening in the NWA during the 70s, and they looked a lot different to them ones. It was like WWE's way, Matt, of making a toy, I think, with the blue thing. I think I used to have one of those with the thing. I think it was just like, it's kind of, I hate the Hell in a Cell thing now they've done where it's red. I'm like, why? Why have you done that? Like, it looks so much better now. It's like hurting my eyes to look at it. But the blue thing is iconic for WWF. Like, that's the WWF cage match, whereas WCW were using the much smaller kind of, a proper cage essentially. But what do you have a preference, Matt?
I don't really. I feel like it is a bit cartoony when they did it in the blue way. Yeah. But for me, it's a generational thing. When I think of the blue cage, I'm like the golden era of WWE. Yeah. And I think of there was a black one as well, which was just as chunky, but that was like the Attitude one. Mm-hmm. And I think of matches like Rock and Triple H. But the blue one, I'm thinking of like Owen versus Brett. Yeah. And now, of course, we've got like the mesh ones, which is like the more modern ones. Mm-hmm. So for me, every time I look at a cage match, I can just look at the colour and then I know what year we're in almost.
Yeah. But the answer to your question there, Toby, basically there were cage matches before that. It was a WWF thing, the whole blue thing, as they do so often now. They try and sort of put their own little mark on it. But But thank you for your question there, Toby. Send some more in to us. It was like them there. DX1, more regular name here. Here he goes. Seth and Becky getting hitched now. This is terrible for both of them in a professional sense. Why is WWE lapping them up so much? I don't get it. Well, Matt, the latest developments on the Seth, Becky, the man, and Seth's relationship took another turn, Matt. They went away the week before. It was even mentioned on Raw. They're away now. They're having a great time. And I mean, it is odd, Matt, that WWE are all over this. Is there any? We spoke about it a few times. I think everybody knows if they listen to this podcast. We do find the chemistry a little bit off. I'm not saying they don't get on in real terms, but I think on screen it's not the most sort of rewarding thing to watch. If you're a fan of each of them and then you see them together, it's like, oh god. Do you know what I mean? What they do next? What do you think of this, Matt? I mean, are they? It is odd that they are so much giving this coverage, considering like Charlotte and Andrade are together, and they're no mention of that whatsoever.
It's very confusing. I kind of feel like it's a coincidence, and WWE is kind of like, okay, we must pounce on this. It's the only opportunity we'll get for this, where we have our top male superstar and our top female superstar, and we can sort of market them as a couple. And it's almost like a sort of social experiment. They want to see, like, will this work? Will the fans buy into this? Can we just shoot every angle to them? Maybe they'll get their own reality TV show. Who knows? Yeah. It just seems like there's that possibility and all these angles, but it's not really panned out though. I don't think people really care that much. It's great for them. I don't know what the sort of their relationship is like in their personal life. I mean, who would? But they seem to be into each other. That's why they're getting married, obviously. But I don't really feel like people are dying for the information to know when and where and how can they get tickets and will it happen in the WWE ring. I don't think anyone's really.
I was thinking when you said about the reality TV thing. I was thinking, do you remember Randy Orton with the what was that RNN News or whatever he called it, where he kept popping up?
Yeah. Yeah.
I could see WWE doing that with like wherever Seth and Becky are around the world, just like popping up on a video screen, hugging each other. Like, this week we're in Australia, we're having a great time, and this week we're in South Africa. Maybe they'll call it like the Burning Man or something. I don't know. But yeah, just craziness with it.
Who's the best man? It's Roman.
I don't know. I don't know where it goes. The X1. Honestly, I don't. But I do not enjoy seeing them on screen together. I just think it devalues both of them in some way. Like, I think separately they're massive stars, and anything they do privately is completely up to them. And